Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here today, and I commend my colleagues in the Western Caucus for their unwavering dedication to preserving the values and livelihoods of rural America, the Western states, and our Western values that we both represent. Today I want to highlight 3 pieces of legislation that I've introduced. One of them addresses abuses of the Antiquities Act. One of them addresses the inefficiencies and unfairness of our permitting system. And the other one addresses the need to get geothermal energy up and going more quickly and more efficiently. I'll start with the Antiquities Act. So for decades, the executive branch, presidents of the United States, mostly Democrats, have used the Antiquities Act of 1906 to designate vast areas as national monuments. And that's an authority that we delegated to them in the 1906 Antiquities Act. The abuse of that narrow delegated authority has resulted in restricted access to lands, hindered economic opportunities, and it's left local voices unheard and frustrated. In my district, the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument was created by Bill Clinton in 1996 over the objections of Utah's governor, Utah's federal delegation, local and county and state elected officials, and those frustrations and scars and wounds have not healed in the years that have passed since then. So my Ending Presidential Overreach on Public Lands Act ensures that the decisions of this magnitude affecting public lands are made collaboratively, respecting the role of Congress with our jurisdiction over public land and taking input from local voices. It should be Congress that makes those widespread, large-scale land management decisions. The next one I want to talk about is the FREE Act, which encourages agencies to go look at the permits they issue and determine which ones can be done by permit by rule, which means they have a predetermined list of requirements for a permit and firm timelines on making those decisions. So an applicant can bring an agency everything on that list, and the agency can either say, yes, this is adequate for a permit and issue the permit, or say, no, it's not adequate for a permit, and give the applicant what they need to do to remedy that so that we can permit especially infrastructure projects more quickly. Right now it takes years and millions of dollars to permit infrastructure projects, especially in states like Utah, where most of the land is managed by the federal government, and everything we do has to go through multiple layers of federal processes. And lastly, the GEO Act addresses the time that it takes to permit geothermal energy projects. Geothermal energy is abundant in Utah. We are leading out in a lot of ways on developing new geothermal resources, but the time it takes to get the permit to build a geothermal plant is prohibiting us developing some of the resources and getting clean, reliable baseload power online that this country needs now and will need even more in the future. These bills, all 3 of them, they're not all of my bills, but I wanted to highlight those 3 today because they're about safeguarding public lands, fostering economic growth, and empowering our communities. They're about letting ranchers, families, small businesses, and entrepreneurs benefit from thoughtful and responsive government as opposed to government that drowns out their voices and ignores their needs. I urge my colleagues to support these measures, which offer pragmatic solutions to real challenges in Utah, throughout the West, and throughout the whole country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back.